Hello everybody, welcome back to episode of Stella Sora. In the last part, we did the event with everybody's favorite guild receptionist. Now we're moving on to a new story, a new main story. Has been recently was added yesterday. I was gonna record this yesterday, but I had too many things going on and I just didn't feel like doing it. But yeah, let's check it out. I'm not quite sure how many episodes there are going to be, so we'll probably be here for a little while. So, let's do it. Last time in the main story we left off, we got shot. So, let's see how that, gets resolved. Innocent slaughter. That's a comforting name. But what if I'm not the tyrant? You killed the wrong person. You're right, but if sacrificing when you're one life could save the world, I'm willing to take that gamble. If my judgment is wrong, I'll find a way to atone. What good is atonement after I'm dead? This is insane. You're a good person, and I hold no personal grudge against you. So, I am deeply sorry, but for the sake of this world, I must ask you to die. You have my gratitude. Please accept this bullet. One that grants equal death to all. I hope this time you find eternal rest. Farewell, tyrant. Oh. The moment Serena pulls the trigger, a crack of violent lightning blasts through the window and rips the scepter of death from her hand. Ugh. Yeah. That magic energy signature. So, you stationed a sniper on the roof across the street. Oh, that wasn't me. That violet shot. I think I've seen it before. Huh. Miscalculation on my part. I didn't expect you to have a backup plan, Tyrant. This confirms it. And I'm now 100% sure you're the legendary Tyrant. Most CEOs don't need a sniper watching over them at a meetup. That means you're terrified of the hero and the prophecy taking you out. Am I right, Tyrant? You're way off the track. What Tyrant? What hero? Where's she getting all this gibberish from? What's Otaha? Boss, are you alright? Just kind of suspended for violating the rules. Otaha, I thought it was you. How did you... No time to explain. My field of fire is narrow. I can barely pin that crazy woman down. I'll cover you. Back up outside. Now go. Back up? Alright, I trust you. Still, the scepter of death only 5 meters away from Serena, and even if I bolt for the door, there's no guarantee that I can make it out. Great aim. The sniper really wants to keep you alive, don't they, Tyrant? Serena, just listen. I'm not who you think I am, and I know nothing about the world ending. This has to be some kind of mistake. So please, stay calm. Let's talk this through. Serena, that name. Might as well tell you. It's a name I cast aside from back when I was still a human. I cherish the time we spent together under that name, but now please call me Angie. That is who I am today, the one who has sworn to save the world. Your friends are desperate to keep you breathing. I can feel it. But I'm a lot more resolved to make sure you don't. The hell? Should I take a shot than let me live? My lady, are you hurt? Chelsea! My lady, this woman reeks of corruption, and she wishes you harm. I should have entered her when I had the chance. But now she's pointing her gun at you. This time I will show no mercy. Chitose, no need to take her head on. Let's get out of here. They slipped away. That girl blocked the bullet with the scepter of death with a blade. Tyrant, the people you keep close are tough to deal with. A woman reeks of corruption. She's not wrong. I really am hopeless. But as long as I can protect Nova. Tyrant, the Nova you know is just a bubble. You and your companions have no idea what kind of horrors are out there. My lady, fall back behind me. I'll clear the way. Where the blade strikes, all fall silent. Ah! She strikes strong. The intel is true. Wars with the tyrant's side are all of the knack or something. You blocked my swordless style. Now, who are you and why are you coming after my lady? You want our names? Why bother? You'll die here today anyway. The tyrant seeks to end the world. Any knowing has the right to put her down. So you won't stand down? That's my line. You got skill, I'll give you that. Why don't you drop that blade and surrender? Put in a good word for the chairperson. Get you enrolled in the Salvation Committee. I reject the offer. My life belongs to my lady entirely. Chelsea, stop wasting time on them. Stay close to me. Yes, my lady. You're not going anywhere. I'm shot. Damn it, there's a sniper outside. You took your eyes off me in the fight. That's why you lost. Tell Otaha, nice save, right on time. Chelsea distracted them, they left their backs wide open. Easy shot. Thanks for your aid, but you flattered me. I'll just follow my lady's command. May I ask, was it you who directed me to my lady who with those pedals outside the hotel? The lady's been inside for a while now. Can that information broker really be trusted? A puff of wind stirs the petals. Is this a sign from the gods again? Wait, their movement looks unnatural. The petals randomly drift toward a room window. The woman who stands by the window looks like information broker. And that glint in her hand. My lady's in danger. Good guess, but don't thank me yet. Your lady owes me a favor, and one I plan to collect later, so I won't let anything bad happen to her. You could say I did this for myself. Alright, boss, time to head to the higher floor. I've arranged an escape route for you. You already know my methods, don't you? What's all the clattering? Are they refurbishing rooms or something? Stay focused, Lara. We need to find the director. Fast. I said the chance is slim. Being on loose from Secret, we'll never find her if she doesn't want to be found. Oh, I've got an idea. Let's go grab some fries. I know her favorite kind. She'll come out for the second she smells them. What do you say? Can't you get serious sometimes, Lara? Perhaps? I am being serious. I racked my brain for this fishing her out plan, you know. Hey, y'all, battle. We got a situation. The hotel's swarming with sentinels of Dawn and Imperial Guards. Outside are Dusk Arbiters. Wait, those three are teaming up? That's new. No, none of them are calling the shots here. The Salvation Committee does. Salvation Committee? Sounds like some kind of charity group. No, it's a secret faction inside Grace Imperium. Officially called the Special Committee for the Salvation of Nova Continent and Neutralization of the Tyrant. What the fuck kind of name is that? The mission is to kill the legendary Tyrant, stop the apocalypse from prophecy foretells. Alrighty, they are after the legendary Tyrant. Not the boss from Boss Accord. But how are we supposed to kill a legend? Yo, Beto, why did you just go silent? Our director also runs Salvation Committee. So the committee is getting involved, that means she's concluded that Cecil is the Tyrant. Why would she even think that? How could the good old boss be the one to end the world? That just doesn't make sense. I don't know what the director has decided, but she has already made her call. Normally, a resolution from Tetrad aspects is required to motion all three factions, but this time I haven't received any notification at all. So, she went this far without the Tetrad aspects approval, which means she's probably acting on her own authority. What is she even thinking? The director is acting on her own authority? So boss didn't do anything wrong, right? Then let's beat her to it. Protect the boss, but the director can get her and keep things from spiraling further. What do you say? Good point. Fighting bosses is a way easier. I got this. Oh, well, we found her. Whoa, I found her! Good, the Sky Institute's here to help. Tyrant, you got nowhere to run. My lady, we're surrounded. Damn it, the Grace Imperium is also in the way. That's Bastelina, Lard, Albedo, all in the Grace Imperium uniforms. Which side are they on? Otaha, is there another way out? No, the only exit's behind them, boss. Lure them to the window and I'll handle the rest. Boss, come over here. Come over here, us lovely ladies. Lady Albedo, the chairperson has orders to capture the tyrant. Your assistance is appreciated. Sorry, but Lady Albedo isn't a member of the Salvation Committee, and she's under no obligation to follow his orders. And you, Sentinels of Dawn, how dare you attack the CEO of Bossa Corp without the Tetrad Aspect's approval? We'll deal with this proper procedure later. If we waited for the Tetrad Aspects to authorize their reaction, Nova would already be in ruins. We're here to save the world, save the future of Nova, so set aside whatever connection you have to the tyrant and work with us. I'm afraid I can't. Even if your cause is just, you still can't bypass Grace Imperium's authorization process. Ha, what a load of bureaucratic crap. Since you won't budge, don't blame me what happens next. Hey, wait! Cooperating is enough, right? I'll join you. Miss Laru, what are you doing? Well, the director is our boss to begin with. Since he also runs the committee, we have to follow those orders too. Knowing employees do what the boss says, right? Besides, they don't really care if the world ends. But if it does, that means no more fries. And I can't have that. Bring it on, boss. I mean business. You there, Sentinels, let's go get him. At least someone's smart enough. Chitose, charge toward Laru and use the back of your blade. Understood, my lady. I'll take the full swing of mine. Hey, what are you doing? Oops, my bad. Chill out, will ya? I haven't touched a spear in ages. Feeling kind of rusty. Stop messing around. Ouch, whose side are you on? Uh-oh. Sorry, that's weird. Guess my spear's a little out of control today. Boss, jump out that window, now! Chitose, let's go! Understood. And just like that, Chitose and I made our exit as Bastelina and Albedo looked on. Oh boy. Battle phase? Makes sense. Alright. Got my control this time. There's Otaha. I gotta be stealthy. I mean, I could just kill him, but
何があろう千歳が主どもを守り抜きます。どこもかしこも敵ばかり。見つからぬよう慎重に進みんしょう。あと数十年ばかり早う生まれておりんしたら優秀な忍びになっていたであろうって。ここを抜けるまでの進路があり、騎士がそちらに回り込みました。自身の安全を確保してください。問題ありんせん。軽く揉んでやりましょう。逃しません。
Kill them! They're all dead.
日頃の研鑽の成果です。
Dang it, where the hell is that sniper? They're picking us up one after another. Keep changing positions to avoid being pinned. The CEO of Bosscar came fully prepared. No CEO, none one from United Harvest will hire a sniper to protect her daily business. That confirms it. She is the legendary tyrant. Good news is that the sniper's been burning through their magic this whole time. They must be running low by now. We just need to close the street. That'll contain the tyrant in the hotel area. Then we can close in and take her down. Captain, what's going on? I thought United Harvest Fillet brought us to protect the facilities and safeguard the residential area. Why are we out here hunting people? Shh, keep it down. The word came from above. Let's just pray those two sentinels forget we are here. I don't want on the run-in with that tyrant. Oi, stop chit-chatting. You're the captain, aren't you? Get your people to seal out the properties in this entire street. We can't risk letting the tyrant escape. With all due respect, whatever you call her, she remains the CEO of Boss Accord. Any action against the CEO constitutes a corporate war, and the protocol requires the Imperial Guard to remain neutral in such conflicts. This isn't a corporate war. This is the future of Nova's at stake. But if the tyrant gets away, who's going to take responsibility? You? I'll take it. Tilia. Boss and her friends protected Fillet. She'll never be the one to destroy Nova. Never! And who might you be? I'm Tilia, squire of the Imperial Guards. When does a mere squire speak out of turn? You know nothing. Book of Grace prophecy is never wrong. The tyrant must be executed for the sake of all Novians. Hey, out of the way! Where did that come from? Wait, are you out of your mind? How dare you attack the members of the committee? Are you slacking slacking knights? All you thrown in jail. Oh. My lady, the enemies have been dealt with. Thanks, Chitose. I couldn't have made it without you. Are you hurt, boss? Oda sent word ahead and asked us to pick you up. Glad we made it in time. Sorry I made you worry. Sessa, what happened? Why is Grace Imperium targeting you? Serena is convinced I'm the legendary tyrant. She's been browning Grace Imperium employees, claiming that putting me to death is the only way to save the world. I don't know why she's gone this far, but not everyone in Grace Imperium is against us. Take Bastelina. She's shown us nothing but kindness. And you, Tilia. And you too, Tilia. Thank you for speaking up for me. That really means a lot. Don't mention it. You risked your life to do the right thing. That's what our champion of justice looks like. And a bad person would never do that. She's right. The Imperial Guard always stands on the side of justice. If any of our guards attacked you earlier, they couldn't have meant it. We were only following orders from the Grace Imperium. We have to. But we mean you no harm, boss. Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind. As a gesture of good faith, please allow us to escort you to safety. We appreciate the thought, Captain, but now that we've arrived, there's no safer place for boss than right here with us. Friends, you're here! And everyone, you know, to harvest filet. Sorry, we're trying to get here sooner. We were a step behind. Anyway, the most important thing is that you're safe. Now that we're here, I'd say the odds are even. For inns, I've already made it out. We really needed to escalate the situation. Grace Imperium's literally got an army over there. If this turns into a real fight, it could drag your company down. If you know how to harvest filet, we cannot protect the very person who saved it in the city. If it won't stand in with its allies when they're in need, then what's the left of its purpose as a company? Ruby, Sapphire, secure the hotel main entrance. Got it. We'll provide assistance. Imperial Knights, form up! Wait, Captain. Did you say we don't get involved in corporate wars? Well, those sentinels made it clear. This isn't a corporate war. In that case, those people are nothing but bands of armed ruffians. The Imperial Guard will honor its contract with the United Harvest Filet and help maintain order in the city. Loopholes. Man, the Imperial Guard has sided with the tyrant. The tables have turned. We're being surrounded now. Let's fall back. I underestimated the tyrant. She's come better prepared than anticipated. We need to regroup. Just you wait, tyrant. The future of Nova. Next time I'll get the thunderbolt from the scepter of death pierced straight through your heart. Even if it means I go down with you. I don't like the sound of that at all. Director, here you are. You owe me an explanation for this mess. Grace Imperium's actions have brought great chaos in Filet. I don't even know where to begin. I'm not going anywhere until I get some answers. I know you have a lot of complaints, Albedo. I do, but saving Nova from destruction is what only matters. A little chaos in Filet, a little trouble from Grace Imperium, those are nothing. No, that don't even qualify as problems. So tell me, why should I care? Here we go again. Same old prophecy talk. Nova's destruction is just an ink on a page. Why are you so fixated on it? Ah, I see. Albedo, you've been living in a bubble too. You're surrounded. Resistance is pointless. Drop your weapons and surrender. Well, well, look at this crowd. I'm afraid that I am too busy for your audience. I'll see you next time. You're not getting away. Oh, wait, she just vanished? Lady Albedo, chief bookkeeper of the Sky Institute. I'm afraid under the circumstances you'll have to come with us. Report! Boss, all your friends in the area around the hotel is secured. No guests were injured. We captured 4 sentinels of dawn, but none of them acknowledged their identities. As for the casualties, 30 of our security personnel were injured. The Imperial Guard also took losses, probably 2 dozen, but no exact count. Bring in the best doctors in Filet. Make sure all the injured receive proper treatment. Yes, ma'am. Sentinels of Dawn are tough. Serena only brought 10 of them, yet they held off more than 100 of us, and 6 still made it out. Their magic is on another level. Their spell is even faster than a magic bullet try leaving the barrel. And they're insanely strong. I can barely hold my sword during the clashing. Iris, who are those people? Private soldiers for the Grace Imperium? I don't know either. Publicly disclosed information says they're a special unit under Grace Imperium, but that's all we got. Most people don't even know they exist. They answered to one of the four in the Tetrad aspects, the highest ruling council of the Grace Imperium. The Sentinels of Dawn serve as a special unit for countering Nocturne Eterna, usually stationed near the monoliths at the edge of the world. They rarely make an appearance. My lady, I have brought Albedo. Chitose, untie her, please. I don't think she's our enemy. No, boss, allow me to reject your kindness. The director of the Sky Institute has fled. As chief bookkeeper, I'm obliged to bear the consequences. Director of the Sky Institute. Just to be clear, Serena's the director, the one trying to kill me. Yes, she ordered this time without the Tetrad aspect's approval. Unfortunately, I don't have any concrete evidence to prove that. You may not be convinced. Tetrad aspects, Sentinels of Dawn, Sky Institute. So many names. My head is spinning. When the Sentinels were after Chitose me, you stepped in, so I guess I'm willing to trust you. But can you walk us through everything? You really are as kind as you say. Thank you. I'll tell you everything I know. Grace Imperium has 4 major divisions. The Sky Institute manages the trade of Grace and Soulstones. The Eye of Grace is dedicated to the study of magic and the operation of the university and colleges. The Dusk Arbiters serve the god of Grace and are responsible for hunting down heretics. The Sentinels of Dawn guard the monoliths and go after Nocturne Eterna. The heads of the 4 divisions are from the Tetrad Aspects, the highest ruling council of Grace Imperium. Major decisions can only be made and implemented when more than half the Tetrad Aspects approve it. But lately, the director has been going behind their backs, exercising her authority alone. For instance, advancing the date on the flayed monolith auction was entirely her idea. She kept it from everyone in the Sky Institute, me included. The announcement dropped out of the blue, and we were left scrambling to prepare the venue. Worst of all, we later found out she'd been secretly communicating with the Omnisky Aegis. No, it was bid rigging. She re-enrolled every Sky Institute employee in expensive health insurance plans, all to pad the Mercurial sisters' numbers and help them climb the corporate ranks. It's definitely corruption. The director brought Omnisky Aegis to stir up bids, whereas the Imperial Guards were long-standing backup. So that means... feels like the director is acting out of malice. Or is just her way of punishing us like punishing us with Darcy incident. That's what I thought at first. Sure, it's unethical, but if it was just about knocking Filet down a peg, I could almost live with it. But then, after the bid price reached the cap of 40 billion Doras, the director said this to me. I prepared 2 copies for the wishing prompt. If Sessa comes to terms with the Omnisky Aegis or Deep Sea Finance tonight, go with the standard version. If they decide to raise the funds go all by themselves, go with the excerpt from the Book of Gracefoot Prophecies. So you're saying, if United Harvest Filet agrees to work with another party or applies for a bank loan, you would like to withdraw your punishment? I bet you still don't get it. This is not a punishment. It's a test. A test. Now that I think about it, from my very first encounter to Fuyuka's training, she's been testing me all along. So she considered me the legendary tyrant the moment I stepped into Filet? No. It goes further back. Bastian arranged our first meeting, which means I was already being washed back into Moor. Bastian had no idea about all of this. She was just doing what the director had asked. Cecil, I think the director put you on her radar the moment you opened that safe. There's a secret faction inside Grace Imperium. A special committee for the salvation of the Nova Continent and neutralization of the tyrant. You probably know them by now. When Serena succeeded as the chairperson of this committee, she assumed the ancient name, Angie. And that's when she started to change. She followed the Book of Grace and Prophecies to the letter and tracked every sign of the tyrant. I don't believe in some legends or prophecy, but I can't tell you how Director Angie arrived at a conclusion that you're the tyrant. Even for a non-believer like me, what you've done over the past 6 months is beyond extraordinary. Please answer one question, Cessla. Would you believe to this day that you are the legendary tyrant? That's a loaded question. Okay. Eventually, I didn't get a better answer. Because I didn't know who I really was. Even now, the answer still escapes me. Chitose, you thirsty? Here, you can have this. Thank you, my lady. I'll gladly take it. Whoa, what is this? I can taste the peach and fizzy bubbles dancing on my tongue. How incredible. It's carbonated. The name is Pep Pep Juice. You can wish for it inside the monolith. Noya once said the fizzy kick can take your mind off all the troubles. But the ones from this vending machine are knockoffs produced by United Harvest Filet, so it's hard to say whether they actually did the trick. My lady, are you worried that the Salvation Committee might attack again? No, not when I got a blade I can trust by my side. With you here, they're barely a threat. It's just that... Flower petal? I know this petal. It's the same kind that warned me and took me to you. Chitose, do you mind waiting here for me? As you wish. Please stay sharp, my lady. Following the pals, I walk quiet path to the factory grounds. Slip through the large hole in the fence and step into the greenhouse filled with shadow casting with sunlight and battle-reddened memories. Boss, I've been expecting you. Otaha, thanks for saving me today. If it weren't for you, I would have been shot with the scepter of death. Wait, that smell from you. I'm right back at the banquet. And let's keep what happened just between us. That strange smell. It's blood masked by flowers. Otaha, you hurt? Last time you got injured at the banquet, didn't you? Have you gone to the doctor? It's just a scratch, nothing to worry about. Sentinel's magic is too wimpy to break me. But I must say, I'm truly flustered that you still remember such a trivial thing from that evening. You really have a way of winning people over. That girl by your side, like a blade that kept closest to the body, must have been drawn to your considerate nature too. The blade kept closest. I mean, Shote? Look, you give me way too much credit. Anyone would worry about the injured. You don't have to be so modest, boss. From that night on, I've been yours. My what? What are you even talking about, Otaha? When did we ever? Why do you blush? I only meant I've been by your side all along. Were you imagining something else? Jeez, don't put it in such a way. Please forgive me. It's just that you're so adorably gullible, and I couldn't resist teasing you a little. How am I gullible? You just escaped an ambush, that you still went off alone without any guard, chasing some flower petals. Isn't that gullible? I see what you mean, but I promise. Keep my free bodyguard gig a secret from everyone beyond you in the new Star Guild. Besides, I wasn't technically alone. Knowing you, I'm sure you were keeping an eye on me the whole time. With you around, it doesn't count as being alone. My. A gullible boss surely knows a lot of sweet nothings. Anyway, if my intel is correct, Grace Imperial will reach out to you tomorrow to explain the situation. Tomorrow? Even Albedo couldn't even give me a confirmed date. You never underestimate how well connected a former ninja can be. Come to think of it, you actually got the famously tight-lipped chief bookkeeper to talk. What's your trick? I didn't do anything. She came to me and shared some intel, all to prove that Grace Imperium was not the culprit. Sure that, but people don't go out of their way to prove themselves up to you unless you earn their respect. Which means you've already built trust with Grace Imperium. Respect, huh? You think way too highly of me. I need intel from you too. You know where the two Sky Institute employees with Albedo went? She hasn't been able to reach them since they parted ways at the hotel. You mean the cute shopkeeper and the fry fanatic with the lance? Looked like they ended up with the committee's fleeing soldiers. Can't tell whether they were taken against their will or went along with the group. Either way, they're not in immediate danger. If the committee wouldn't have wanted them dead, they wouldn't have been bothered taking them. Don't you think so? Here's a counter reminder, boss. Now's not the time to worry about the others. Not even I can get a full picture of the Salvation Committee's true capabilities. But from what I've known, they can mobilize more resources than thought, at least in a large company like Unit Harvest. When did you dig all this up? Back at the banquet, you said. As the world wakes up to your existence, new nuisances like today will keep recurring. Eventually, someone will try to eliminate you using much more brutal, direct methods. It was merely a coincidence. When I plotted against Goodwin and hit home care in your shadow, I took the privilege to look some extra leads. Out of curiosity, I started digging, and found something huge. Otaha, you saved my life when things got hairy today. Now you're still watching my back. I don't know what you found out so far, but I can't help wondering. How have you been looking out for me all along, ever since that banquet? You bet. I've been treating myself to that adorable sleeping face of yours every single night. Well, I'm really lucky to have you as my ally. Otaha, I feel like I could keep putting you out. You don't need to feel bad about this. If you really want to make it up to me, just be straight with me. Are you the legendary tyrant? This question again, huh? So please, my tyrant, who is this lady? I wonder who this lady is. Don't become a star once more. You misread it, it's boss. The way you pronounced it, tyrant, that's an ancient form. It hasn't been used in a very, very long time. Welcome to the world's tyrant development system, dear tyrant. I'll get it going and take the wheel, Tyrant. Give me a shot if you need anything. You don't have to use that title. Why not? It's pretty awesome, right? Don't you all agree? Well, using boss seems more appropriate for official matters, considering a position that's employed as a boss court. I'll just use the name saved in your contacts. I am Chitose, the blade forged for only you, my lady. Master? Sessa, will you be my master? I've always admired that sculpture. One of the hero who sacrificed everything to save others. But you are your majesty. Once you're a tyrant. I, Darksail, swear my eternal loyalty to you. All trekkers are sworn to help those who've lost their memories. Dreams, reality, lost memories. Tyrant, they call me. Boss, my lady, master, hero, and trekker. I've been running from that question all along, but now it's time to face it. What are we? I mean, realistically, we don't know who we are. I mean, we are the Boss C Code, Boss Accord, but realistically, we don't really know who we are. Let's go with the boss CEO. Tyrant is a title, and titles only matter if people acknowledge them. If I started calling myself ruler of Nova and demand tithes from everyone, they'd only think I was insane. Fascinating, Iris told me that the term tyrant is an ancient form. So I mean, if there was a tyrant in history, they must have long been forsaken, which means the title itself carries no real meaning now. So, whatever makes Angie believe in the tyrant, there's nothing more than her and her followers' misinterpretation. I am who I am, a trekker who helped defend Flay alongside everyone else, and the CEO of Boss Accord. If anything, I'm just the boss in name, not some apocalyptic tyrant in the prophecy. Are you satisfied with my answer? Very much so. Honestly, I don't really care who you are. What truly matters is whether you can hold yourself steady when you're in a dire situation like this. Thinking about it now, asking that question was completely unnecessary. You didn't flinch when I had you tied up. Why would a little tyrant hunt even ever shake you? Well, I should be going now. If I keep you occupied for too long, that faithful blade of yours might get anxious and charge in. That sounded very Chitose. There's no telling how she'll react. By the way, is there any way I can get in touch with you, Otaha? As the flower petals twirl gently in the breeze, the girl standing right in front of me vanishes without a trace. She leaves my question hanging in the air, echoing beneath the greenhouse's glass dome, but the faint scent of flowers around me gives away her presence. Maybe she's implying that I don't need to contact her because she's always watching over me. One day later. Man, she's been watching you over this entire time. Makes sense. Just as Ota's intel suggested, members of the Tetradic Aspects, all except Angie, have formally reached out to us from Amur. We sincerely apologize for the recent violent attacks involving our personnel. Our investigations confirmed that certain individuals responsible had been radicalized by the Salvation Committee, and their actions directly violated our values and principles. All those involved have been removed from their positions. Following a thorough internal review, we have agreed to take full responsibility for any harm caused by this incident. For once, the high and mighty Grace Imperium is forced to swallow their pride and offer us a genuine apology. Still, it's your call to accept it or not, boss. Their promise doesn't mean a thing unless they have a concrete solution. We trust them easily, we'll be the ones left to clean up the mess. See? They're now leery of us. I told you this would happen. You're only suited for fighting. Don't let me handle negotiations. Hello everyone there. I'm speaking on behalf of the Eye of Grace. You heard of us, I assume. We always have dedicated our time to research or working toward peace. What it's worth, our research shows the entries of the Grace Imperium prophecies are completely unreliable. Even if one of them guesses something right, it's purely by chance. At the end of the day, this whole legendary tyrant thing is just an outdated story buried in the dust of history, with an unknown, untraceable origin. A living person like you surely doesn't fit in a tale like that. So this is denying that I'm a legendary tyrant. Or perhaps the Eye of Grace is denying the very existence of the tyrant. With all due respect, I must make a correction to the outrageous claim. The Book of Grace Prophecies is a sacred scripture bestowed by the gods. Its words bear the absolute truth. However, Angie and the Salvation Committee have clearly violated the doctrine of the sacred text. Later today, the Dusk Arbiters will strip Angie of all of her positions and denounce the community as a heretical organization. The Dusk Arbiter would like to conduct a formal investigation on behalf of Grace Imperium to verify your identity as a tyrant in the prophecies. Rest assured that the investigation will give a true and fair view. Hey, wait! Who gave you the right to make a judgment about Stella? That's not your call! The Dusk Arbiter has always been responsible for upholding the glory and the God of Grace and protecting innocent and ill-intentioned heretics. According to the Book of Prophecies, the tyrant exists, and their existence threatens the very fate of all Nova. This is not a personal matter. It concerns the world at large and demands immediate attention. We trust you'll weigh the reason and cooperate with us. This is beyond absurd and unacceptable. Whatever your investigation concludes, you're not taking the Stella away from us. Thanks, Noya, but you can leave this to me. But trust me, it'll be fine. I steel myself to pick up the handset, the communication artifact. Mrs. Stella, I've heard of you. I will cooperate with Grace Imperium's investigation, and I trust you will have the result will be fair. Ooh. This is... We appreciate your understanding, and it's settled. The Dusk Arbiter will conduct the investigation. That's one thing I can't accept. Good. What? I thought that's what we just agreed to. I agreed to an investigation by Grace Imperium, not one run unilaterally by the Dusk Arbiter. You old fogies spend all day praying, and now you can't even think straight. You're making fools of yourselves. Honestly, who believes in the outdated Book of Prophecies these days? Let us, the High Grace, carry out this investigation. One of my students would be a good candidate. He's exceptionally capable and reliable. How's that sound? Don't try to push your own agenda. Your definition of the reliable into the Nocturne Eternal's magic. It's been 10 years and you still haven't delivered the report you've asked for. No, magic research requires caution and patience. A 10-year cycle isn't long on our field. Our oldest project has been going for 300 years. If you think dragging our research out will lead to better results? How wishful. At this rate, I'll be pushing up daisies before you reach a conclusion. And what do you suggest? It's not like you have the right to recommend. You only caught up on the entire prophecies yesterday. Seriously? All this arguing and I'm still on the line? Well, whatever. This might actually work out in my favor. If I may, I'll bet I'll do the investigation. If I'm agreeing to this, at the least, I should have a say in who's in charge. Albedo. She's the cautious type. She won't take the prophecies at face value. No objection here. Given her deep devotion to the God of Grace, I don't expect her judgment to fail. Works for me. She gets things done, unlike you two. Just like that, the assignment has been made. Even though we still have our doubts about Grace Imperium, I know one for sure. The investigation is in the hands of someone I can trust. Sess, how could you let them run their so-called investigation to decide your fate? They're all part of the same company. Of course they'll cover their own. Oops. Easy, Noya. The Tetra Aspects have already sacked Angie and officially branded the Salvation Committee as heretical. I don't think they're in cahoots with her. That said, it could just be just for show. The investigation could be a trap. My lady, I also believe this will put you at great risk. This is like grabbing a blade by the edge and offering the hilt to someone else. I hear your concerns, and I don't trust Grace Imperium either. But the call hasn't made one thing clear to me. Members of the Tetra Aspects only care about their own interests. They're too busy keeping each other in check to work together. Still, you don't have to go along with their investigation, right? Here, check out this newspaper Mystique just brought. What's on it? Hey, there's an insert. Sky Institute Director Angie warns of impending doom. Vows to confront the evil tyrant behind Boss Accord. Mystique, what kind of nonsense is this? Hey, don't look at me like that. I didn't write this. Headquarters sent it over and demanded we deliver it to today's morning paper. It's natural to assume the Salvation Committee has people inside Scarlet Knight sites too. That would explain it. Mystique, I need your insights. When do you think this insert was printed? Let me think. Written to each fillet today. It must have been printed at the headquarters at least a week ago. Just as I suspected. That's why I agreed to the investigation. But this whole article is fake news! Didn't the Dusk Arbiter just say... However, Angie and the Salvation Commander clearly violated the doctrine of the sacred text. Later today, the Dust Arbiter was strict Angie for all her positions and denounced the community as a heretical organization. Exactly. The key is later today. They didn't set a hard deadline. It's leverage in disguise. If I refuse the investigation, they'll just keep delaying it under one excuse after another. And that would only make the evil tyrant rumors spread far and wide. So I agreed to take the olive branch, using the news as Angie's dismissal to offset the impact of her insert. Simple as that. That said, the Dust Arbiter must have anticipated this as well. That's why they made this proposal in the first place. The Dust Arbiter is so underhanded. I won't call it underhanded. Hunting heretics is their job, and who could be more heretical than the legendary tyrant? When such an opportunity comes along, they'll seize it without hesitation. Allow me to correct you there, boss. The legendary tyrant isn't a heretic. She's the arch enemy of the god of grace, the one who stands against the divine. The Dust Arbiter hasn't treated you at the same high alert level. You really don't know how to deal with. You really don't know how they deal with the real heretics. I see. Now about this investigation. Miss Nix is briefing the situation. I appreciate your recommendation on the former, but that won't influence my judgment. I will base my ruling solely on the former procedure and relevant facts, ensuring a fair outcome. Sure, that's exactly why I want it. If you are biased towards me, that'll make things more difficult for me. Rest assured, boss, I'll follow Grace Imperium's rules and strict analysis within my authority. Strictly within my authority, avoiding taking any offensive actions. My analysis will rely only on publicly disclosed information, and I will not take the Book of Grace and Providence into account. I appreciate that. As a member of the Grace Imperium, is it really okay for you to dismiss the book like that? When the Tetra Aspects put me in charge, they would have expected this. I'm acting in full compliance with their company rules and procedures. When it comes down to it, Grace Imperium is a corporation with business ethics. We need to avoid the risk posed by the legendary tyrant, but we also have to deal with the public anxiety and social disruption caused by former director Angie's reckless behavior. If we let false claims like the world is but the end stir up panic, our own interests will suffer. So no matter how massive Grace Imperium becomes, it's still bound by corporate rules. I guess Albella cares less about revealing my identity and more about the rumors that the tyrant might destroy the world. Next, we'll gather evidence on whether you are the legendary tyrant, and you're welcome to provide anything that verifies your identity. 1 month from now, the annual Nova Chamber of Commerce and Industry Conference will be held in Moore. I will convene the company representatives there to review the evidence, and they will vote to determine your identity. A vote? How's that fair? You guys can rig it however you like. Rig it? Well, we have to face a key challenge. No amount of evidence can be enough to prove or dispel the rumors about Cessla. In a situation like this, the best we can do is let people believe what they want and present it as a universal truth. In other words, Grace Imperium cares only about maintaining social stability in Nova. Whether I am the tyrant or not is not relevant. Albella has indeed remained unwavering. And her stance is definitely in my favor. Picking her was the right move. I fully agree. This actually gives me a chance to show Nova into who I really am. I should be thanking you for your thorough consideration, Albedo. No need to thank me. You're entitled to state your case to the public. And when the future of the world's at stake, other companies and people from around Nova will have the right to know the truth as well. Alright then, I'll be looking forward to the conference. Thank you for cooperation. One more thing. Before you depart for activities in Filet, I'll write an instruction for you. Scarlet Sites will then broadcast this video across Nova. Why? Want me to give the public daily proof that I'm not a threat? Kind of, but more importantly, we need to show those who believe in the prophecy that you have no intention to destroy the world, and you never will. I guess that makes sense. Who would have thought the safest place in Filet was right here? Funny, isn't it? This fortress built by Darcy is a de facto stronghold for the tyrant's army. With your blade guarding the secret passage and me holding the entrance, it's impenetrable. Even the Salvation Committee couldn't breach it. Aside from the monolith, this is certainly the most secure spot in all of Filet. Amber, all clear. Why the cat noise? Yeah, something fishy. Phew. Ferenz, boss, after sweeps. God damn it. After a sweep search, where no surveillance artifacts are found. Still, meeting an underground fortress like this feels so conspiration. I can't say this word. Conspiratorial. I probably said that word. Mess it up. Like we're blotting something. Get your hearts racing, doesn't it? That's exactly what we're doing. This afternoon, Boss and I went around to feel out where the other companies stand. Here's what we found out. Hello, boss. What's the sun call about? I'm on my way back to New Aurelian. Oh, don't get me wrong. It's not like we're interrupting anything. Legendary Tyrant. Sorry, I haven't had a chance to read today's paper yet. I don't know all the details yet, but once I get to New Aurelian, I'll do my best to convince the Senate to support you at the upcoming conference. In the meantime, please take care of yourself. Legendary Tyrant? Yeah, I've heard. Boss, you're doing a pretty good job of spreading your name. You're blown up all over Nova. So what's next? Expanding your business? If you want, Deep Sea Finance can offer you a special loan to speed things up. Sorry you made the trip for nothing, but Commander Greyhorn has already left Filet. I think she is summoned to some kind of special assignment. Something to do with the Chamber of Commerce Industry Conference? That's way above my pay grade. Only a squire. Sorry I couldn't be more of help. But I've heard that some higher-ups take the Book of Prophecies very seriously. Kong Wu has always believed that legends shall offer no practical guidance. We never even been to Kong Wu though, have we? I don't think we've even formally. I don't think have we been. Have we ever? I know we've had events in Kong Wu, but I don't think we've ever been formally introduced in like a main story with this person. Anyway, surely unless it's taking all the event stories that we've had in the past to do at camp up. I don't think so. I strongly oppose the idea of paying the fate of all Nova on one single person. Wow, Yanshu, you've imitated their tone perfectly. That's exactly how our official spokespeople speak. So to speak, that's our position. Besides, if you're the other one to bring the end of the world, they'd all be on their knees by now. Who dares doubt your identity? Just kidding. Hi, boss. Are you here to drop off today's footage? Thank you. Huh? Scarlet Knight's sights perspective. I'm just a small-time witch. I don't have a clue about what the management level is thinking. But I do know one thing. All witches love a good scoop. So they'll probably choose whatever that makes the biggest splash. Boss, what on earth is Grace Imperium thinking? How could they be so heavy-handed with someone as kind as you? But there is no need. Goodwin Home Care works closely with both United Harvest Filet and Boss Accord. We'll side with you no matter what the circumstances. Only a fool would fall for a baseless rumor like that. Besides, until I get lead on Otaha, I need Boss Accord to remain functional. Huh. Frizz is calling from Filet? We've already pulled the business out of there. Why would she leave us alone? What? She bought one of our insurance plans? She's officially a client now? I guess we have to deal with her. So what's this about? What? She wants to know our opinion on the Legendary Tyrant? Well, I'll tell her this. If she can get that tyrant to sign up for one of our top-tier insurance plans, I'm just gonna Eagles will pull back. We have back rub all the way. Oh boy. So that's where we stand. Only Fang Wong Diner and Goodwood Home Care are clearly on our side. Everyone else has said some nice things, but made no promises. Grand Inspector Matilda said she'd back us. Why don't you count her in? United Harvest Senate answers to the New Aurelian faction now, which means even if she's on our side, she can't speak for the whole company. For the New Aurelian faction, it is in their best interest if Boss falls, so don't expect United Harvest to vote in our favor. We've only spoken to a handful of companies. There's still plenty out there. All in all, I think we still need solid evidence that Boss isn't the tyrant. How are we supposed to prove a negative? It's impossible. We're short on time and have very little leverage. We can't bribe a lobby our way through like we did during the bidding war, so our only choice is to gather evidence. What if we try the opposite? The opposite? Oh right, instead of proving Cessa isn't the tyrant, we just need to prove that she's an ordinary trucker who lost her memories. Once we figure out the rest of the past of Cessa before we found her, the whole tyrant theory will collapse on its own. I heard that you found Cessa unconscious inside a monolith out in the desert. Is that true? Yes, we dragged the wishing box with Cessa inside all the way out of the monolith. Looking back, it's pretty amazing we actually pulled that off. What if it wasn't a wishing box at all? What if it had nothing to do with the monolith? It could be just a box some random trucker brought in. I doubt it. The box was literally embedded in the monolith's floor. But if you ask me how we got it out, that is beyond my knowledge. embedded in the floor. By the way, a third investigation of the box and the models might give us something more about the boss's true identity. Makes sense. I'm in. Heading back to the desert to explore the monolith? Sounds like a plan, but you'll have to go without me. I need to stay here to record and submit video proofs to Scarlet sites on a daily basis. No, boss, you're going with this new Star Guild. This is about finding proof that you are an ordinary trekker, so you need to be there in person. Otherwise, they might miss something critical. I get that, but what about our agreement with Albedo? Don't worry, I've already checked with her. All she insists is that a video needs to be submitted every day. That gives us some wiggle room. I'll get you out of flare without breaking the terms. Alright. We're getting close to time, so I'm probably gonna wrap it up here. When we come back, we will continue the story. So, I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you in the next one. Later.